celebrating a national holiday in Afghanistan, marking 3 years since the Taliban returned to power. The militant Islamic forces seized the Afghan capital Kabul in August 2021. As US troops began their withdrawal and the US-backed government collapsed, with its leaders fleeing into exile. In desperation, thousands of Afghans also attempted to leave the country. But in 10 days, the Taliban was in full control and imposing their version of Sharia law.
ما په سات خبرو کې وې چې موږ اولویت دا اوس موږ امنیت څنګه تامینولای شو او دا کار موږ کړی الحمدلله. اوس تاسو کې افغانستان مطالعه کوي، افغانستان یو ډېر قوي نظامی او امنیتي ځواکونه لري، هم د اردو په برخه کې، هم د پولیسو په برخه کې، هم د استخباراتو په برخه کې.
As part of their anniversary celebrations, the Taliban paraded their military might at an airbase abandoned by US and NATO forces, with representatives from Iran, Pakistan, Russia and China present. They say their security forces have reduced the threat from terrorist organisation Islamic State Khorasan province, despite the group still carrying out attacks both inside and outside Afghanistan. The Taliban also claim under their strict rule, narcotics production has decreased to nearly zero. There is less corruption and more tax is collected. Freed from war, Taliban supporters are optimistic and enjoying a peace not seen here for decades. But not all lives in Afghanistan have improved, with the country facing a severe human rights and humanitarian crisis. The UN says a third of Afghanistan's 40 million population are struggling under a stagnant economy, with widespread unemployment and insufficient access to food. And the World Bank warns of zero growth over the next 3 years. After the Taliban takeover in 2021, the economy here was crippled by Western sanctions and billions of dollars in frozen assets. Few countries have formally recognised the Taliban government, with most of the international community condemning the strict decrees imposed on women and children. Women face restrictions on where they can work and socialise, and girls from the age of 13 are excluded from education. The United Nations says Afghan women feel their influence over decision-making at home has dropped almost 60% in the last year.
And just to give some context, 3 years ago, a woman in Afghanistan could technically decide to run for president. Now, she may not even be able to decide when to go and buy groceries.
This leading to a mental health crisis affecting 68% of women here. They are notably missing from the celebrations on Afghanistan's streets, making it clear that though the Taliban says the country is better off with them in charge, not everyone may agree. Dolphine, Chen and Rosie Grenenger for TaiwanPlus.